16 times royals lost their temper and lashed out in public. For centuries, the British royal family's been regarded as the epitome of poise, grace, and steadfast composure. From state banquets to public engagements, these larger-than-life figures are expected to maintain an air of regal dignity, no matter the circumstances. However, behind the pomp and pageantry lies a simple truth. They're human, just like the rest of us. While the royals undergo extensive training from a young age to uphold the highest standards of public conduct, they're not immune to the occasional lapse in emotional control. The pressures of constant scrutiny, intense media attention, and the weight of tradition can take their toll, leading to rare glimpses of a more unguarded side. In today's video, we'll uncover 16 bizarre moments when members of the royal family, past and present, lost their temper and lashed out in public. Number 1. The Leaky pen incident, King Charles III. In March 2023, a video clip of King Charles visibly losing his cool went viral. During a signing ceremony for a visitor's book at Hillsborough Castle in Northern Ireland, the king's pen appeared to leak ink onto his hand. As the cameras rolled, Charles could be seen tutting impatiently and muttering under his breath as he tried to wipe the offending ink stain from his fingers. While it may seem like a minor incident, the leaked pen represented a larger issue: the immense pressure of having every move and facial expression analyzed and dissected by the public and media. As the newly crowned king, Charles is constantly under the spotlight, with his every action meticulously scrutinized and judged. The leaky pen incident highlighted the sheer weight of expectation and the need for perfection that comes with being the monarch of the United Kingdom. Number 2. The Duke of Edinburgh's outbursts. The late Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, was renowned for his quick wit and occasionally cutting remarks. Throughout his decades of public service alongside his wife, Queen Elizabeth, he developed a reputation for speaking his mind, often in a manner that could be perceived as abrasive or insensitive. One such instance occurred during a royal tour of Australia in 1954, when Philip famously described the city of Canberra as ghastly and utterly unbearable. This off-the-cuff remark caused quite a stir and was seen as a breach of royal protocol. These moments may have caused some embarrassment for the royal family. They also endeared Philip to many members of the public who saw his outbursts as a refreshing display of authenticity and a rejection of the stuffy, overly formal image often associated with the monarchy. Number 3. King Charles versus the media. Long before his ascension to the throne, the then Prince Charles had a tumultuous relationship with the media, which often led to tense exchanges and public displays of frustration. One of the most famous incidents occurred in 2005 during a photo call at the Swiss ski resort of Klosters. As King Charles was posing for photographs, he could be heard muttering under his breath about Nicholas Witchell, the BBC's royal correspondent at the time. Unaware that his comments were being picked up by nearby microphones, King Charles referred to Witchell as "that bloody awful man," expressing his irritation with the constant media attention and scrutiny. This incident was just one of many examples of the strained relationship between Charles and the press throughout his years as the heir apparent. From his highly publicized divorce from Princess Diana to his subsequent marriage to Camilla Parker Bowles, the king often found himself at the center of intense media speculation and criticism. Number 4. Princess Anne's candid moments. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, has long been known for her no-nonsense approach and willingness to speak her mind. Throughout her decades of public service, the Princess Royal has had numerous instances where she's expressed her irritation or frustration in front of the cameras, often in a refreshingly candid manner. One of the most famous examples occurred during a royal tour of Australia in 1983. As Anne was being followed by a group of persistent photographers, she was captured on camera turning to them and bluntly telling them to naff off. The unguarded remark caused quite a stir at the time, but it was also seen by many as a relatable and human moment from a member of the royal family. Number 5. Prince Harry's scuffles with photographers. From a young age, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has had a contentious relationship with the media and paparazzi. As the younger son of King Charles and the late Princess Diana, he found himself constantly in the spotlight, with every aspect of his life subjected to intense public scrutiny. This constant media attention often boiled over into physical altercations, particularly during Harry's younger years. In 2004, when he was just 19 years old, the prince was involved in a scuffle with a photographer outside a nightclub in London. Visibly irritated by the presence of the paparazzi, Harry could be seen pushing and shoving with photographer before being pulled away by his security detail. While these physical altercations were undoubtedly regrettable, they also shed light on the immense pressure and scrutiny that Harry faced from a young age as a member of the royal family. Number 6. The Duchess of Sussex's court case. While not a direct public outburst, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex's legal battle against the publishers of the Mail on Sunday newspaper reflects her determination to fight back against what she perceived as invasive and unethical media practices. The case centered around the publication of a private letter Meghan had written to her estranged father, Thomas Markle, in 2018. Despite the deeply personal nature of the correspondence, the Mail on Sunday chose to publish excerpts of the letter prompting Meghan to take legal action for breach of privacy and copyright infringement. Throughout the court proceedings, Meghan's frustration with the tabloid media's treatment of her was palpable. In witness statements, she spoke candidly about the tremendous emotional distress caused by the publication of the letter and how it had exploited her private life for commercial gain. While the case was ultimately successful, with Meghan being awarded substantial damages, it was about more than just the legal victory. It represented a defiant stance against what she saw as the unethical practices of certain sections of the media and a determination to reclaim control over her own narrative. Number 7. The Queen's rare display of anger. Queen Elizabeth, who reigned for over 70 years, was renowned for her steadfast composure and stoicism in the face of public scrutiny. However, even the longest-reigning British monarch had moments where her emotions got the better of her, leading to rare displays of anger and frustration. One such incident is said to have occurred during a royal tour of Australia in 1954. According to reports, the Queen was captured on camera scolding her husband, Prince Philip, after he had made a series of ill-advised comments that had offended members of the public. While the exact details of the exchange remain unknown, eyewitnesses described the Queen as visibly irritated, gesticulating animatedly, and appearing to give the Duke of Edinburgh a stern dressing down. Number 8. Prince Andrew and the Epstein scandal. Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, found himself at the center of a media firestorm in 2019 due to his association with disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. In an ill-advised move, the prince agreed to a televised interview with BBC Newsnight in an attempt to address the controversy head-on. However, the interview quickly became a public relations disaster, with Andrew's defensive and at times irritated demeanor drawing widespread criticism. Throughout the exchange, the prince appeared evasive and unwilling to fully acknowledge the gravity of the situation, often deflecting questions or offering dubious justifications for his actions. As the interview progressed, Andrew's frustration became increasingly apparent, with his body language and tone suggesting a growing irritation with the line of questioning. At one point, when asked about his decision to stay at Epstein's home after the financier's initial conviction, Andrew appeared defensive, stating, "It was a convenient place to stay." The fallout from the interview was swift and damaging, with Andrew being forced to step back from his public duties and widespread criticism of his handling of the situation. Number 9. Prince William's privacy pleas. As a future monarch and one of the most famous figures in the world, Prince William's had a complicated relationship with the media from a young age. Throughout his life, the Prince of Wales has been subjected to intense public scrutiny, often leading to frustration and a desire for greater privacy. One notable incident occurred in 2015 when Prince William issued a strongly worded statement condemning the harassment of his family by members of the paparazzi. The statement accused the media of using increasingly extreme and illegal tactics to obtain photographs of the prince, his wife Catherine, and their children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. In the statement, William expressed his frustration with the voracious appetite for images of his family, stating that no parent would tolerate the suspicion of someone being that close to their child. He also warned that legal action would be taken against individuals or publications violating the family's privacy. The prince's impassioned plea for privacy reflected a deeper concern: the desire to protect his children from the same intense media scrutiny that had plagued his own childhood and that of his late mother, Princess Diana. Number 10. Princess Diana's candid interviews. Princess Diana's infamous 1995 interview with BBC Panorama was a watershed moment in her often tumultuous relationship with the royal family and the media. In the candid and emotionally charged sit-down, the Princess of Wales spoke openly about her struggles with bulimia, her unhappiness with her marriage to King Charles, then Prince Charles, and the difficulties of life in the public eye. The interview was a direct challenge to the traditional culture of silence and stoicism that had long been cultivated by the royal family. By publicly airing her grievances and personal struggles, Diana was seen as breaking ranks and defying the unwritten rules of royal protocol. While the interview was seen by some as a breach of trust and a betrayal of the royal family, it was also a powerful statement of defiance from a woman who had long felt silenced and trapped within the confines of her royal life. Diana's candid and often emotional outpouring was a raw expression of her frustrations and a rejection of the traditional boundaries that had been placed upon her. Number 11. Prince George's public tantrum. Even the youngest members of the royal family are not immune to the occasional public outburst. In 2015, when he was just 2 years old, Prince George, the eldest son of Prince William and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was captured throwing a tantrum during a family outing. The incident occurred during the annual Trooping the Colour Parade, a celebrated event marking the Queen's official birthday. As the royal family gathered on the balcony of Buckingham Palace to watch the flypast by the Royal Air Force, young George could be seen visibly upset and crying, much to the amusement of his parents and the watching public. While tantrums are a common occurrence for any toddler, the fact that this particular meltdown played out in front of thousands of spectators and international media made it a highly publicized event. However, rather than being seen as a breach of royal decorum, the incident was largely viewed as an endearing reminder that even members of the monarchy are human, and that children will often be children, regardless of their noble status. Number 12. The Princess of Wales' eye roll in New York. Even the typically composed Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has her moments of unguarded candor in front of the cameras. During a visit to New York City in 2014, the future Queen Consort was captured rolling her eyes in a rare display of exasperation. The incident occurred during a visit to a children's hostel in the city, where Catherine and her husband, Prince William, were tasked with wrapping Christmas gifts for underprivileged children. As the princess was diligently wrapping a present, she was instructed by an aide to keep going, presumably for the benefit of the watching photographers. Caught off guard by the directive, Catherine could be seen visibly rolling her eyes before quickly regaining her composure and continuing with the task at hand. The unguarded moment, which lasted mere seconds, offered a fleeting glimpse into the frustrations and pressures that come with constantly being in the public eye. While the eye roll itself was a minor incident, it quickly went viral, with many praising the princess for her relatable and human reaction. Number 13. The Duke and Duchess of Sussexes Oprah interview. In March 2021, Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, sat down with Oprah Winfrey for a bombshell interview that sent shockwaves through the royal family and the media. During the candid and emotionally charged conversation, the couple did not hold back in expressing their frustrations and grievances with their treatment by the monarchy and the British press. Throughout the interview, the couple's palpable frustration and sense of betrayal was evident as they discussed their struggles with the media, allegations of racism within the royal family, and their ultimate decision to step back from their official duties. While the interview was seen by some as a damaging and unnecessary airing of grievances, for Harry and Meghan, it was a long overdue opportunity to reclaim their narrative and express the deep-seated frustrations that had been building for years. Number 14. Princess Michael of Kent's controversial brooch. While not a verbal outburst, Princess Michael of Kent's decision to wear a racially insensitive brooch to a luncheon attended by Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, in 2017, was widely seen as a provocative and tone-deaf act that caused significant controversy. The brooch in question was a piece of Blackmore jewelry, which depicted a figure with exaggerated racist features and stereotypes. Its appearance at an event attended by Meghan, who's biracial, was seen by many as a deliberate and offensive slight against the newest member of the royal family. While Princess Michael initially claimed that the brooch was a gift and that she was unaware of the offense it might cause, her decision to wear it in the presence of Meghan was widely condemned as insensitive and tone-deaf at best, and deliberately racist at worst. Number 15. Prince Edward's TV company criticism. Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex and the youngest son of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, found himself at the center of public controversy in the early 2000s over his involvement in a television production company. The company, known as Ardent Productions, was founded by Edward in 1993 and aimed to produce documentaries and other programming. However, it soon came under scrutiny for allegations of exploiting its royal connections to secure lucrative contracts and favorable treatment from broadcasters. As the controversy grew, Edward's frustration with the criticism became increasingly apparent. In a series of interviews and public statements, the prince expressed his irritation with the media and defended his company's practices, stating, "I don't think we've done anything that would be considered inappropriate," his tone growing terse. "We've worked very hard to get where we've got to." Despite Edward's assertions, the allegations of impropriety continued to mount, with critics accusing Ardent Productions of trading on the royal brand and using the prince's status to gain an unfair advantage in the industry. The situation reached a boiling point in 2002 when Edward was forced to step down as the company's production director after a documentary he had produced was criticized for its handling of a controversial subject matter. Number 16. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York's media battles. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, the ex-wife of Prince Andrew, has had a long and often tumultuous relationship with the media, marked by numerous public spats and expressions of frustration. One of the most high-profile incidents occurred in 2010, when the Duchess was caught on camera appearing to offer access to Prince Andrew in exchange for cash payments. The undercover sting operation conducted by a British tabloid showed Sarah discussing potential business deals and allegedly promising to facilitate meetings with her ex-husband for a fee of £500,000. In the aftermath of the scandal, the Duchess lashed out at the media, accusing them of entrapment and unfair treatment. "I've been in the spotlight for so long, and I got stuck in the trash," she told a reporter. Throughout the years, Sarah's had numerous public battles with the press, often expressing her frustration with the intense media scrutiny and what she perceives as unfair and sensationalized coverage of her personal life. From heated confrontations to uncontrollable outbursts, these instances prove that even the most regal and composed individuals can sometimes let their emotions get the better of them. Now I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which royal tantrum shocked you the most? And what do you think could have been done to prevent or better handle these situations? Share your opinions and reactions in the comment section below. Also, if you found this video entertaining and informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting royal content. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye!